Hi, my name is Michelle Perzan, and welcome to Strength in Your Storm. Super excited to be here today, and I'm pumped about the launch of DST Network. I think it's going to be amazing. So today, for my first episode, I thought, why not share who I am? Who is Michelle Perzan? And what can you expect this season on Strength in Your Storm? So let's start off by sharing a little bit about me. I'm going to share my screen with you. This is my husband, Aaron. He's my lobster. And if you ever watched Friends, you'll know what that means. If not, I think Phoebe talked on an episode one time about how lobsters will find each other and they get their claws together and they go walking down the beach and they stay together forever. Well, that's Aaron. Aaron's my lobster. I love him. He's got the kindest heart, the best eyes, and the most amazing sense of humor. He makes me laugh, and that is so important. We're always going to go through things in life, ups, downs, mountains, valleys. And when you have somebody by your side who can make you laugh through anything, that's a keeper. That's why I'm super thankful for Aaron. He's just the sweetest thing. We're actually both from Canada. I was born in Thunder Bay, Ontario, and it's a beautiful town right on Lake Superior. We're actually a border town to Minnesota. So I grew up going to America a lot, just crossing the border because we were like 30 minutes away. Never knew I'd live in America, but I love it. This is Thunder Bay, just a little picture of one of the summers when I was visiting, and it's amazing because the trees in the background and there's little lakes everywhere where you can go fishing. The pickerel there is amazing. Every time I go back home, I have to eat pickerel at least once or 4 times, something like that. But it's amazing there. So the springs are beautiful with all the flowers, and then summer you can be outside all day long. It's just gorgeous, so much to do, especially being right on the lake. And then the fall comes and all those trees change colors and it's just spectacular. And then winter hits. Very cold. I don't miss that. 37, minus 37, minus 40 with the wind chill, a little too cold. So in 2007, my husband and I moved to Texas for his work. At the time he was doing underwater robotics. And I must say I love it here. The winters in Texas are amazing. You can wear your shorts and a tank top, and I love that. Love it. I'm naturally a human heater, so in the winter being able to wear shorts, thumbs up for me. Their springs are wonderful, falls are great. Summers here are a tad hot. However, I'm going to take the heat over the minus 40 for some reason. I just like it better. We have 3 boys. We have Daniel, who's 11. We have David, who's 9 years old, and Dylan, who's 7. Together, they're D3 or D cubed. That's what we call them. Now, they're just amazing boys, and I love being a boy mom. There's nothing I like more. We actually also have a goldfish named Batman. I don't want to forget him. He's a Siamese fighting fish, I think. Super cute. David wanted him for Christmas last year. We got him, and he's still alive. It's unbelievable. He likes our house, I guess. I don't know. These boys light up my life and they make me happy, and I'm just so thankful that I get to be their mom. And together we're MAD cubed, MAD 3. That's who we are. I'm an entrepreneur by heart, and I get that from my mom and dad. They were both traditional business owners. My dad had a stereo business, which was very successful. He ended up with 3 locations. And my mom was the first esthetician in Thunder Bay, where I grew up. So that's pretty phenomenal, and they're both very successful at what they did. And another thing they did, not only with their traditional business, but they also did network marketing or multi-level marketing, because they saw the value of residual income, and they taught us, especially me, that it was really important to not only have the one stream of income, but if you could have residual coming in, that it was very powerful. So as soon as I turned 18 and I was able to do network marketing, I was in. I did some network marketing with my dad, and I loved it because as business owners, they taught me the value of business and being an entrepreneur. And now they're teaching me that side of it. And, I learned a lot from them. I'm super thankful for all the wisdom that they imparted in me, for sure. When we moved to Texas, because my husband was doing underwater robotics, I thought I didn't want to leave the house to go to a job because my oldest was only, not even a year and a half yet. Daniel wasn't even a year and a half. So I thought, what could I do from home? So after our second, David was born. We did some research, looked into some niche areas, and we thought, samurai swords. Every mother needs a samurai sword, right? I thought, yes, it was perfect. It was a niche. There wasn't too many people selling them, and I loved Japanese stuff. My dad, because of his stereo store, used to go to Japan all the time because he sold a lot of JVC products, which is Japan Victor Company. And there's something about it. They'd always bring me things back. They brought back samurai swords. They brought back different things. I love the culture. As you can tell by my background, I'm very attracted to it. There's just something about it that makes me smile and makes me happy. So when we both agreed on samurai swords, we thought, yes. And it was a great experience. I was able to do it from home, and we built our own website, did social media. It was a lot of fun working together and doing that. And we ended up selling that in 2014 for a profit. And in the meantime, I thought there's something you still needed with residual, not just a business. So somebody had introduced me to network marketing with electricity, and I thought, that's pretty good. Everybody uses electricity, and that's been pretty fun. And then something else has crossed my path, which was even more interesting to me. And it's a lifestyle technology company, and it offers a booking engine with substantial savings, which I love. Because I'm from Canada, I want to travel a lot. I want to go back there as much as possible so that the boys get to know all their family. Everybody we know lives there pretty much, like all of our family. So when I saw that, I thought that's a way that I could not only travel with the boys and bring them back home a lot, but I could also bring in a residual income. I thought, that's nice. And they also help people build wealth through a platform that utilizes artificial intelligence to trade currencies. And I thought, I love things that are revolutionary. So I was like, I am in. Very cool. So that's just a little bit about my network marketing background. So I'm a wife. I'm a mother. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a boy mom. Let me clarify. An entrepreneur. And I'm also a breast cancer survivor. Now, it's very important for me to share that with you because it's been life-changing. And I'll be sharing a lot of that this season about going through my breast cancer. Going through breast cancer, it really changes your life and how you see things. And when I first got that call, finding out I had breast cancer, that's where things really changed for me. And I found out what really was going to happen in my life. Things happen like that. You need to make a choice right there. You get a call and there's things that you need to decide. And that's why I want to share a lot this season about going through cancer. It was actually a few months before I was diagnosed with cancer that I started working with a business coach. Her name is Amy Applebaum. I call her the bomb because she is the bomb. She's pretty amazing. At the time, I wanted to grow my business, and I knew that I needed some kind of help, some kind of change. And when the opportunity arose to work with Amy Applebaum, I was like, yes, I need this. I just didn't know how much it was going to change my life. When I first started working with her, I was super shy and quiet. Like if I went to go speak to people, I would get so nervous that I would stutter. I'd start sweating and think, oh my gosh, what am I going to say next? It just freaked me out. I wouldn't be able to stand in front of anybody and talk. And if I had to stand up, all of a sudden I would just lose my mind, freak me out. She taught me so much. I needed to build my confidence. I needed to build a foundation to be able to build my business, to be able to grow as a brand, as a person, you can't grow your business until you've grown as a person. It starts right here. It really does. And I learned that. I just didn't know how much it was going to affect my life. I thought I was going to her just to help with my business. I had no idea that working with her was going to build such a strong foundation that was going to help me not only get through cancer, not only the cancer diagnosis in a few months that was to come, but my journey up until now. It really has been so amazing. Looking back at from when I got the call, I have grown so much. And it's with the help of encouragers. My business coach, Amy, from my friends, my family. I've grown because of all that. When I was first diagnosed with breast cancer on February 27th, 2014, one of the things I did is I promised God that I was going to praise him through everything that I went through. At the time, there was a song on the radio called I'll Praise You in the Storm from Casting Crowns. And there was something about that song that just spoke to me. And I would listen to it every day and smile and cry and smile and cry. But it was what gave me hope and strength to get through each day, because I made a choice right away. I thought, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get through it. I'm going to persevere, and I'm going to praise God through my storm. So I thought, if I'm doing that and I'm leaning on Him for all my strength, then I can do it. I knew I couldn't do it alone, but I knew I could do it this way. So I made that promise right away that I was going to praise Him through everything. So, and then there was Amy. She was already teaching me baby steps, right? To get out of my comfort zone, to build my confidence. She would make me do things. She would make me go to Toastmasters, which has zero to do with toast. I thought it did. It doesn't. It has everything to do, though, with speaking to people. But she made me do the uncomfortable, because when true growth happens is when you are out of your comfort zone. She always said to me, face your fear and do it anyway. And I've done that. I've just learned to say yes to things. When you're going through something, or if you want to grow, if you truly want to grow, then you need to really get out of your comfort zone, which means when people ask you to do certain things, and that's the path that you're on, that's the path you want to go, then you need to say yes. You can't say, well, I don't know, I want to be a speaker, but they want me to talk here and I'm not comfortable. Yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable. Believe me. I've been speaking at different places now, and it's not comfortable, but working with my business coach has taught me that it's not about me. If you're going to speak, doesn't that mean that you're going there to add value to other people? That you're going to serve them in some way because you want to give back, whether it's giving them information, you want to encourage them, you want to lift them up, whatever it is you're going to speak about. Isn't it about pouring into them? It is. It's about pouring into them. So what I was learning is that I was so busy wondering what I was going to say and how it would sound that I wasn't truly connecting with the people and finding out more about them, asking them questions. I thought being a good listener meant just listening and not asking any questions. It's not a good listener. A good listener absorbs, listens, then asks questions to go deeper. And I started doing that after working with Amy. And that, I'll never be able to thank her enough. She has changed my life in a way that I can't even describe. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for her. It was about saying yes. So when someone came up to me and said they wanted me to collaborate in an inspirational book coming out, I was uncomfortable, but I said yes. So this book Emerge came out, Real Stories of Courage and Truth. And you know what? There's so many different amazing authors in this book that are so inspirational and so encouraging. Their stories are amazing. If you have not read this book, I recommend it. It's very uplifting. Now, I have one chapter in this book, and this book came out in 2015. So I was diagnosed in 2014. I've had a double mastectomy and reconstruction surgery. So that's many surgeries. So as I was writing this book, I was very raw still. It was very fresh of going through cancer. And, what I found is the more I wrote and the more I poured into it, the more I was healing on the inside. The more I shared, the better I felt. It's almost like I was getting it out. I was releasing it. I'm super glad that I said yes. You don't realize how much you need to do something until you do it. But that led me to write my book called Strengthen My Storm, Faith in Breast Cancer. And it was very important for me to write this book because I felt that if I could encourage just one person, just one, that was going through something similar, for them to see that no matter what they face, this book is not just about cancer. This is any storm. So it doesn't matter if you're going through a job loss or loss of someone that you love, or maybe a personal struggle. I wanted to show people that you can get through it by leaning on your faith and having a positive attitude. You really can. It was super important for me to write this. It was not comfortable for me at all. But when I was going through breast cancer, I didn't have anyone to ask questions to. I didn't have anyone to explain things to me. So I thought if I could share some things that I went through, some things that I felt, questions I had, maybe there's other people thinking the same thing, but they didn't have anywhere to go. I thought, why not be real and raw about my thoughts? Because there's probably someone out there that's looking for the same information. And, you know, it was the right thing, because after I launched my book, I've had several people reach out to me, and strangers reach out to me and say, thank you for sharing. Thank you for writing that. I felt that way, and I thought that I was the only one. That means the world to me. You know, that just goes to show me that I'm glad that I'm saying yes. It's not easy to say yes, but when you're on that path that you're supposed to be on, then it's important that you say yes and you do those things, because there's people out there that need your help and your encouragement. You know, when I launched this book in October 2016, I was giving a portion of the profits to a local nonprofit foundation here in Katy, where I live. And as I was wondering what to do in the new year in 2017, I was sort of praying about it, and I felt that I should start a nonprofit. And right away I was thinking, oh my gosh, you're kidding me. I don't know how to do a nonprofit. I'm from Canada. Our rules are different. I wouldn't know what to do. Like, what would I do? Kind of freaked out a little bit. But I just said, quicker than the last time, I said yes. You know, I was starting to learn. I was saying yes a little bit quicker. I said yes, but I thought, what will I do? So I reached out to a handful of people that were from America that, you know, were influential. And I said, this is what's on my heart to do. Can I do it? Or, you know, what would I do? And they said, we will support you however you need. Do it. We're behind you. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. Okay, I will do that. So my husband and I, in November 2016, created the Guest Foundation. And it's named after family members that I lost from cancer. So the G is for my mama Gemma. The E is for my Papa Smurf Elmer and for my Baba Elsie. And the S is for my oldest brother Stephen. Yeah. All these people who had a huge impact in my life. Actually, my husband Aaron came up with a name, and he did an amazing job. Here's a couple pictures of me with my mom and dad. And, you know, listen, I love the 80s. I own it. I love the big hair. I love the hairspray. I got perms. It was amazing. You know, if I could get perms again, and as soon as they're back in, we do perms again, I'm all over it. Love me some 80s. So this is my family, who I named it after. You know, it's really important for me to be able to give back after I went through cancer. I thought there was times after my surgeries that there's certain things I couldn't do. So after my double mastectomy, everything, all my surgeries, I couldn't do anything for 6 weeks. Now remember that my boys were 3, 5, and 7 when I was diagnosed. So I couldn't lift anything over 5 pounds. So that takes out cleaning, cooking, laundry, like everything. They said you can't do it. So I'm like, okay, well then what can I do? Well, not much. So there's my husband. He was, thank goodness, he was able to work from home. So there he was, looking after the boys, looking after me, because he was my caregiver, working. And then he did everything, the cleaning, the laundry, the cooking. That's a lot to take on. You know, caregivers, I have such respect for them. There's just so much that they do. And, you know, but some people don't have their spouse to work from home. They don't have somebody to help them. So I thought, how could we help? So that's where the Guest Foundation comes in. We are going to make a difference in the lives of cancer-diagnosed individuals by providing grants for things like home cleaning, grocery delivery, transportation, home wound care, you know, those things that are so needed, but insurance doesn't cover. You know, and this, I don't want this just to be for Katy. I want to help people all over the world. I want to help hundreds of thousands of people, and I believe that I will. You know, we're actually having our first annual Rock Walk, Reign Over Cancer. And it's coming up on Sunday, September 24th, and it's from 2 to 5. It's here in Katy, Texas. So if you're watching and you're near Houston or in the Texas area, or you're not and you want to come down for a weekend, come on down. You can register at theguestfoundation.org. And I would love, love, love to have you here. That's for sure. It's going to be a great weekend. And, you know, I can't wait to be able to raise money and start giving out grants to cancer patients in the area. It's my joy to be able to do it. And I can't wait to help other families. That's for sure. You know, saying yes came again. I thought after this, the foundation, I was done. But nope. a lady reached out to me, and her name was Jody Colvarth, and she reached out to me on LinkedIn. Didn't know her, but she heard me on a podcast. I was on a podcast with Holly Dolling, and she was interviewing me about my book. And Jody heard me, and she reached out, and she said, people need to hear your story. And I was shocked. And she told me about this new radio station she was starting called VOW Radio, Voices of Women. And she asked if I would please do a show on her station. Without even thinking, I said yes. And after I said yes, I said, I have no idea how to do a podcast. You know what? It's not about knowing how. It's about saying yes, right? When I said to God, I will do whatever you ask, right? Just lead me down or open the doors and I will say yes. You don't know what's going to come. But if you go through something and you promise you are going to share your story, then you need to share your story, because there's somebody that needs to hear it. There's somebody on that podcast that needed to hear that story, that needs to know what I was going through. And I said yes, and it's been a huge blessing. That's exactly why I said yes to DSTV. You know, it's not a comfortable thing, but who can I reach? Who is out there right now that needs encouragement, that is going through some kind of storm that feels like there's no hope, that I can instill some hope and encouragement into? That's what it's about. It's not about me. It's about who can I help. You know, I've been doing some radio interviews, and I even got to speak on stage in April at Ambitious Women's Conference. It's a conference I've been going to for years, and I got to do a Woman of Strength testimonial this year. How amazing was that for me to be able to share a little bit of my story with other women there? That is so powerful, but it's because I'm saying yes. I could easily say no. It's not comfortable, but I'm saying yes because it's not about me. It's really not. It's not about what I'm wearing or if I stutter, because you know what? We're all human. If I stutter, if I make a mistake, it's okay. World's not going to end. I might feel uncomfortable for a second, but I'm not expected to be perfect. Nobody is. It's just about going up there, speaking from your heart, and telling my story in the hopes of encouraging people. And that's what it's about. You know, this season on Strengthen Your Storm, I'm not only going to be sharing a little bit of what I went through with breast cancer, but I'm going to be talking to people who have gone through storms that I can't even imagine, some of them. But yet they have persevered, and they are amazing, inspiring people. These are people that, to look at them, you would never know. Just like me. People look at me and they're like, cancer? You can't tell. You can't tell. You don't know when someone's going through a storm. You can't spot someone who's got cancer, someone who's gone through something that's unimaginable. You can't. But I want to interview people this season that have amazing stories, and to show how they found strength in their storm, to show other people that could be going through all different things, from divorce and loss and abuse, to show them there's hope on the other side, that there really is a way to get through it, that you can find strength in whatever storm you're going through. And it's really my passion to be able to give that to other people, to encourage them and give them hope. And that's what you'll be finding this season on Strengthen Your Storm. You know, I'll also be offering some tips. You're going to see on the side, there's 8 steps to strength. Please feel free to click on that, put in your name, and download the free PDF I have there. And, you know, from that, please connect with me on my website, because I'll be offering just a few slots that you can work with me one-on-one. I have some time put aside. So maybe that's something you want to do to find more strength. I would love some personal time with you as well. You know, please reach out to me on social media, on Facebook, LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Instagram. Please reach out to me at Michelle Perzan, or come to my website at michelleperzan.com. You know, there's one thing that I love, and that's when people connect with me. And when they send me messages and tell me their stories. When either it's something that I said that resonated with them, or something in my story that they've gone through, or they know someone who's gone through that. You know, I get so inspired and encouraged by other people that are bold enough to reach out to me that don't know me, because that's something that I never had the courage to do before. So when people do it to me, I love it. I love for them to tell me their story and connecting with them, because it really means a lot to me. I want to hear your story, and I want to learn more about you. So, you know, as we leave here today, I just wanted to remind you that everybody that we meet and run into is going through some kind of storm. Some scars are on the inside, you can't see them. For me, my scars are under my clothes, you can't see them, but they're there. As you're going this week and you run into somebody, can you do me a favor? Smile. Give them a big smile. You know what? That smile could be the difference of their whole day. That smile can show them that somebody cared enough to stop and give them that little bit of joy. I know that when people do that to me, it makes me happy. You know, if you're at the grocery store this week or at a store and you're checking out, whether it's the cashier or the person begging, stop and say, hey, how you doing today, Jim? Or whatever their name tag says. Because you know what? People are so busy these days looking at their phone. We're not interacting with each other. We're not connecting. So stop for a second as you're checking out and take the time and just say, how are you doing today? And then say, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. Because you know what? That little bit of kindness will go a long way, because I bet there's not a lot of people that do that. So go, you have a wonderful day. Go be a difference maker this week. And I look forward to seeing you next week and helping you find strength in your storm. Bye for now.